finding out the roots, okay? Roots of an equation, you need to know what is your expression and what is your equation, okay? So when it is equal to 0, it will become an equation. When it is equal to some f of x, it is a polynomial, okay? And then you will have to find out the roots. For the roots, if it is only the sum of the roots of 1 at a time, if you're taking, it will be minus a1 by a0. Whereas when you do it with the product of two roots, then your formula will become a2 by a0. So your general formula will be your summation of your alpha 1, alpha 2, and so on up to alpha n will be minus 1 to the power n, a power n by a0. Okay, so this will be the general formula to find out your roots. When you're finding out your roots and you're substituting and finding out how many ever roots you have been got. Okay, so we will continue with this. So write it down. Solve the equation. Solve the equation. 3x cubed minus 23x square plus 72x minus 70 equal to 0. Having given that 3 plus I root 5, or they'll give it like this. They can give it like minus 5 is the root. Okay, so this is what is being given. So for this, you will have to find out the other roots, and then you'll have to, they've given the equation also. Okay, so they have given you as 3 plus root of minus 5. Your minus 5 is nothing but your imaginary part which we will take. So from the question, since it is a complex root, okay, since it is a complex root, whenever there is complex root, there is another root from that you can find out. So your let alpha be equal to, we will take this as 3 plus I root 5. Okay, since it is a complex root, what you can do? You can write, since it is complex, we can write your beta to be 3 minus I root 5. Okay, next alpha you have to find out. That is your gamma you should find out. Another root you have to find out. So you know the addition of all these things, that is your sum of the root of roots at a time is equal to what? From the questions, they've given you the equation. You can take what is your A0, A1, A2, and A3. That's also you can write it down. Your A0 is 3, A1 is minus 23, A1 is 72, and A2 is minus, A2 is this, and A3 is minus 70. Okay, so your summation will be alpha plus beta plus gamma is equal to minus A1 by A0 according to the formula. Alpha and beta we know, so you can substitute it here. 3 plus I 5 plus 3 minus I root 5 plus gamma is equal to A1 is minus 23. So it becomes plus 23 by your A0 is 3. Okay, solve it. This gets cancelled. You'll be having 6 plus gamma is equal to 23 by 3. Take this 3 here. Okay, take LCM. So it will become 6 3s are 18 plus 3 gamma is equal to 23. Okay, you need only gamma, so it will be 3 gamma is equal to 23 minus 18. So that will be 5. So your gamma is equal to 5 by 3. So all your roots, write it together. Your alpha is equal to this one, beta is equal to this one, and gamma is equal to 5 by 3. Write it. So you will write the roots are, you will write all the roots. Alpha is equal to what? Alpha is equal to 3 minus I 2 5. Beta is equal to 3 plus I 2 5. And gamma is equal to 5 by 3. Okay, we'll write it. Today evening, you will be having your surprise test. Your portion will be matrices. The pattern of your matrix surprise test will be, you will be having 10 MCQ question, and in your part B question, you will be having 3 questions. In that, you will be writing any 2. Okay, the 3 questions I will tell you. You will find out your eigenvalues, eigenvectors, and then your Cayley-Hamilton theorem verification. You will find out your A inverse A power 4. Okay, any powers of your given matrix, and then you'll have your Cramer's rule. Yes. So be ready for your surprise test. It will be from 5 to 6. It will be open from 5 to 6. Your MCQ will be in your Google form. Your part B question, I will assign it in your Microsoft Teams. You will work it there and upload it there. Okay. Try to finish your MCQ very fast so that you will be having time to finish your matrices. Part B question. Okay. Write it quickly. Wait and wait. You're finished writing, tell me. Finished writing. Mr. Anumal, you all finished writing. Yes. We finished writing. Yes, ma'am. Tell. We finished writing. So we will continue. So next we will go on to finding out your roots in AP. AP is nothing but arithmetic progression. Okay. So in that, how do you find out your roots? Okay. So for that, what we will do is whatever roots we are finding out. Here from till now, we were writing it as alpha, beta, gamma, or alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3, and so on. Whereas when you go on to finding out your arithmetic progression, your roots, you will take it like alpha, plus 3, alpha plus 3d, alpha plus 5d, and so on. How many ever roots you will have to find out, you will write it like that. Okay, so you will write it like in the negative axis and the positive axis you will be taking. If at all it is cubic equation. If at all it is more than 4, more than 5, you will take accordingly. If it is 4, it will be alpha minus 2d, alpha plus d, alpha, alpha plus alpha plus t, and alpha plus 2d. If for 5 values, if the powers is like that. If it is only 3, it will be alpha minus d, alpha, alpha plus d. So when we do the problems, you will understand. You write it down. Solve the equation. Solve the equation. X cube minus 12x square plus 39x minus 28 equal to 0. Whose roots are in AP. Whose roots are in AP. Okay. So since it has been given as AP, first we will take the roots. Since it has been given Q, your roots will be, let the roots in AP be, you will be taking it as alpha minus T, alpha and alpha plus T. Okay, now you have to find out your alpha, you have to find out your D. Okay, if you find out, you can substitute it here and get your roots. So how do you find out these? This is one of the root, this is one of the root, and this is one of the root, which we are taking it in AP. AP, we are considering your roots to be alpha minus D, alpha and alpha plus T. With this, how can you find out? Okay, so how do you find out? You will be using the formula. Okay, you've been given the expression. From that expression, you write down what is your A naught. Your A naught is 1, A1 is minus 12, A2 is 39, and A3 is minus. Okay, and you know your sum of the roots, that is, you're taking one at a time, will be equal to what? One at a time. So here your roots will be alpha minus d plus alpha plus d. That is, I'm taking your roots one at a time. Okay, that is equal to what? Minus a1 by a0. Okay, one at a time means your formula will be minus a1 by a0. Now from this, if this d gets cancelled, you will be having 3 alpha is equal to, your minus into minus will become plus 12 by a0 is 1. Okay, so what will be your alpha? Alpha is equal to, this 3 will go down, so it will become 4. Okay, now we have got your alpha. Now you need to find out your d. Okay, how do you find out your d?
Ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, but one D will be remaining, no, ma'am.
Which d? This d is getting cancelled.
Ah, okay.
Very good. So your d is getting cancelled. You'll be left out with only alpha. So you're getting 3 alpha. Alpha is equal to 4. Now you want to find out your d value. Now what if you substitute? What if you do? You can get your d value. You have got another value. How many roots if you take, you can get your d value. If you take all the product of all the roots, the 3 roots, okay? If you take the product of the 3 roots, what is that equal to? Now, if I take a product of your 3 roots, your alpha minus d, alpha and alpha plus d. I am taking the product of 3, all the 3 roots, that is equal to what? When it is product of 3 roots at a time means what is it? For 1 means it is minus a1 by a0. For 2 means it is a2 by a0. For 3 means? For 3, it will be minus a3 by a0. Okay, your formula will be minus a3 by a0. Okay, when it is 3 products, that is your product of 3 roots means your formula will become minus a3 by. Now you can multiply. So when you multiply this a minus b into a plus b, what is the formula? A minus b into a plus b.
A square minus
Yes, very good. So it will become alpha square minus b square into this alpha is equal to, I will substitute your a cube. So minus into minus, it becomes 28 by your a naught is 1. Okay. Now I'll multiply this alpha also inside. So it will be alpha cube minus your d square alpha, which is equal to 28. Okay. You know what is the value of this alpha? You've got it from here. Okay. You will substitute this alpha here. So you will substitute this alpha is equal to 4 in this equation. We will take this equation as star. Star or one equation. Okay. We are taking it as star. So when you substitute it in star, so you'll be having 4, 4 star 16, 16 4 star what? 64? Yeah. So it will be 64 minus 4d square equal to 28. You need only d square. Okay. So I will take this 64 that side. So you'll be having minus 4d square equal to 28 minus 64. What is that? When you minus 28 minus 64, what do you get? Minus it and tell me. What is the value of it?
36.
26, huh?
36.
36.
36.
Okay. Okay, ma. So I will both the sides. So minus 4d square is equal to minus 36. You're able to see down this side and
Yes.
so empty. So I will write it this side. So minus 4d square is equal to minus 36. So minus I will multiply on both the sides. I'll take off this minus. So you'll be having 4d square is equal to 36. Now you need only d. So you take this 4 down. So 36 by 4, what do you get? 18, huh? What? What? You get 9?
9.
Very good. So your so d square is 9. D is equal to plus or minus 3. Okay, you're taking the square root. So your d is equal to plus or minus 3. Till here, did you understand? You're finding out your alpha. After finding out your alpha, I'm multiplying it so that I will get your value for d. Okay, so I'm doing your d calculation. Now we have got your alpha and your d. Next, we have to find out the roots. Okay, till here you write it down, then I will tell you how to write it till here. Right. You're finished writing, tell me so that I will tell you how to find out the roots. Okay. So after finding out your alpha and your d, you will substitute it here. Okay. So since it is plus or minus 3, you will be having two cases. That is plus 3, you will be having one root. Minus 3, you will be having another set of roots. So when alpha is equal to 4 and d is equal to 3, the roots are, your roots are, you substitute it in this formula. Substitute it in the roots. So alpha minus d. So alpha minus d will be 1. Alpha is 4 and alpha plus d will be 7. Case 2, when alpha is equal to 4 and d is equal to minus 3. Okay, when d is equal to minus 3, what do you get? Your roots are, you substitute it again there, alpha, it will be alpha minus d. So 4 minus of minus will become plus, so 7. Then alpha plus c. So 4 minus 3. These are the roots. So now you find the roots when it is in AP. Right. Finish writing. Yeah, you finished. So no. We finished writing. So the same problem can be done in another method also. That method also I will tell you. You can choose from whichever method which is easier for you. You can find out the roots. Okay, this is one of the method. Another method is you found out your alpha is equal to 4. Okay. Now this alpha is equal to 4 is one of the root because you're in your AP, your roots are alpha minus d you're taking. Alpha is one root and then you've got your alpha plus d. Okay. So we have got your alpha is equal to 4 is already a root. Okay. So we have found out one of the roots for that equation. Whatever equation you had, that equation we have got one of the root. Now, with that, what you can do is you can do the synthetic division. Okay, that is another method. Okay, with that synthetic division, what you can do? You can keep this as a root and find out the other two roots. Okay, like that also you can find out the other two roots. So one of the root is 4. So how do you do that? Have you finished writing? I will rub it. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
No. The same problem, I'm telling it in another way. Okay. The same problem, I'm going to do it in another way. Whichever way is convenient for you, you can take of that way of method. Okay. So this was your equation, your x cube minus 12x square plus 39x minus 28 equal to 0. This was your equation. So for this, you got your alpha is equal to 4 is one of a root. Now you've got this as a root. Since we have got one root, what you can do with the synthetic division. So take the values, coefficient of all the terms. Your x cube is 1, coefficient of your x square is minus 12, coefficient of your x is 39, and constant term is minus 28. Okay, so 4 is one of the root. We have got your 4 to be one of the root. So do it 1, 4, minus 12 plus 4 will become minus 8. Minus 8 into 4 will become minus 32. So that will become what? 7. 7 fours are 28. Okay. So we have got this equation. We will take it like x square itself so that it will be easier for you to solve. X square minus 8x plus 7 equal to 0. Okay. So I'm taking this x in terms of this alpha only. Okay. So I'm taking it. If you're getting confused, you can take it like alpha also. Okay. These are the other two roots. So here you need to get 7. And here when you add or subtract, you have to get 8, minus 8. So what if I do? You'll get this minus 8. Here you have to get positive. You have to get, when you're multiplying, you have to get plus 7. When you add or subtract, you should get minus 8. So it will be 7 into 1. But since here it is negative, I will put negative. This x. Okay. So your equation will become x square minus 7x minus x plus 7 equal to 0. That is, I'm minus 8x, I've expanded as minus 7x minus x. Okay. So your x, if you take it common, x minus 7 and minus 1, I'm taking it outside. It will be x minus 7 equal to 0. So your values will be x minus 7 is common on both the terms. And your x values are 7 and 1. So this is how these are also the roots. Now you found out. Okay. So this method also you can follow up. You can follow up that method too. Okay. Any method. You can follow up any method which is easier for you. It is better you follow up this method so that when you do this synthetic division, you will directly get the equation and get it. You'll get the value. Instead of multiplying and squaring and then finding out the square root, you can do it by this method. So you can follow this method too. Okay. So the roots are better. You always start it with a small number and then the middle number and then the bigger number. Okay. So your small number is here is 1. Your middle number is 4 and 7. Otherwise, you can take it as 7, 4 and 1. Anything. Write it down. So this method also can be follow up. I will be using this method. Instead of multiplying, we will do it by this synthetic division so that it will be easy for you to calculate. Write it. I did the first method so that you will know that you can use that formula also. For that only I made it a point to tell you that. But I will be using this synthetic division so that it will be easy for you because we know how to solve it. Okay, the solving of the quadratic equation is easier. So the roots are 1, 4, 7, or you can take it as 7, 4, 1. We are finished with this problem. I will write another problem. Solve the equation 32x cubed minus 48x square plus 22x minus 3 is equal to 0. Whose roots whose roots are in AP. Whose roots are in AP. So again, since it is given, it is AP, right? Let the roots be alpha minus D, alpha and alpha plus D. Okay. Immediately find out what is this alpha. Before going into this alpha, write what is your A naught. A naught is 32. Your A1 is minus 48. Your A2 is 22. And your A3 is minus 3. Whatever is being given, first write it down. Okay, after writing it down, find out your alpha. So here, when you add your terms, what you'll get? When you add your terms, you'll be having 3 alpha is equal to your minus A naught, so it will be plus A naught, A1 by your 32. Okay, so you'll be having, you will cross over, so it will be 2, 1, 1, 2, will be 8, 4, 3 is 6, 4, 3, 2. Okay, so it is 3 and 2. And here it is alpha is equal to 3 by this 3 when I take it down it becomes 6. So your alpha is equal to 1 by 2. Now we have found out that alpha is equal to 1 by 2. Alpha is equal to 1 by 2 is one of the roots. So you can directly find out your next roots. Okay. So next roots we will do it by this method itself. Do it. Have you finished this problem? Yes. So write alpha is equal to 1 by 2 is the root. So since it is a root, we will do it for so 1 by 2, you keep it here. Write the values 32, minus 48, 22, and minus 3. Okay. So first you'll put 0, so it becomes 32. Divided by 2 will become 16. Minus it, you will be having a minus 32. Okay. Again by 2, it will become minus 16. When you divide it, you will be having 6. Correct? So divided by 3, it will become 0. Okay. With the terms which are there here, you write the equation 32x square minus 32x plus 6 equal to 0. If it is divided by 2 throughout, divided by 2 so that it will be easier for you. So 16x square minus 16x plus 3 equal to 0. Okay, so when you multiply here, your coefficient of your 16 is your coefficient, multiply it with 16. Multiply it 16 into 3. 16 into 3 is what? What is 16? 48. So you need, very good. You need to get 48, and when you add or subtract, you have to get minus 16. Okay. So here it is positive, here it is minus 16. So what if you do? You will get 16.
12 and minus 4.
Minus 12 and
Minus 4.
minus 12 and minus 4. Very good. Okay. So it will become 16x square minus 12x minus 4x plus 3 is equal to 0. Solve it. In both the terms, 4 is common. So I'll take 4x outside. So you'll be having 4x minus 3. Right? And here I will take minus 1 outside. So it will be 4x minus 3 equal to 0. Okay. So you'll be having one of the value to be 4x minus 3. Another one as 4x minus 1 equal to 0. Equate it. So I will equate it here. So you'll be having x is equal to 3 by 4. Otherwise, I will write the equation. You'll be having 4x minus 3 equal to 0 one term. And another term will be 4x minus 1 equal to 0. Okay. So from here, you need only x. So that will be 4x is equal to 3. X is equal to 3 by 4. So x is equal to 3 by 4 is one of the root. And here 4x is equal to 1. X is equal to 1 by 4. So your roots are, you need to have this 1 by 2 in the middle. 3 by 4, 1 by 2, 1 by 4. Otherwise 1 by 4, 1 by 2 and 3 by 4. So you will write the roots are 3 by 4, 3 by 4, 1 by 2 and 1 by 4. Okay, you will write in APC sequence. Okay, it has to be 3 by 4, 1 by 2, 1 by 4 or 1 by 4, 1 by 2, 3 by 4. Okay, wow. This is how you have to find out your roots.